Alright, so recently I've had a little bit of time off of work. I'm not going to go into that. But it did mean that I got to catch up on daytime TV, which is something I have not seen in ages. And I've got to say this. Why is Jeremy Kyle still allowed on the television?
Shut up! Hey, shut up! Be quiet! All of you, who are you?
This is someone who is rude.
What have you got to do with it? Why are you getting so angry? Shut up!
Arrogant.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you anyway.
He's flirting with me. Don't worry about it.
Definitely a Tory voter, can I say that?
Shut up! What? Keep laughing, don't. Shut up!
Just got a face you want to put a fist through. Like, right through his face.
I actually honestly think, obviously it's all about me.
You think I've got more sense than you because I've got a couple of quid? Is that what you're saying?
Couple of quid.
Well, I didn't get a job and you might get some sense in your head. Shut up.
You've been asked to come onto a television show because your partner or family member or friend thinks that you're in the wrong for something. You've trusted this television studio to take you down there, put you in a little hotel and resolve your issues. This isn't like Jerry Springer or Ricky Lake or Trisha. You remember Trisha? Man, Trisha, man, what happened to Trisha? They put you in a hotel. They say, we're going to sort out all of your problems. You're like, okay. You've seen Jeremy Kyle. You assume it's not going to be like that. You think that you're in the right for whatever reason you think you're in the right for. You get down there and you get shouted at. You get belittled. You get made to feel like you were scum. And I'm not saying that they're not scum. If I'm trying to get some sort of help with a situation, right, and someone's trying to give me some advice or something, what I don't need is to be shouted at, have someone up in my face. Like, look at the personal space he invades just to get a point across. If anyone ever came that close to me when I'm already annoyed, I'm punching him in the face. And I know that's not right. And I know you shouldn't, but you also shouldn't poke a bear. What does he do? He gets in your face. He shouts at you. He cuts you off. He tells you to shut up. He tells you to do one. He gets his little fake cockney, his little fake, it really does my head in. He starts getting all like, I'll tell you what, pal, why don't you, it does my head in. Jeremy Kyle, you do my head in. If I was ever on your show, I'd do your head in.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all morning. What a pain in the backside you've been to everybody.
Come in the back, innit? Big man, yeah, I think you're big, yeah.
What was that about, Colette?
I'll bang you.
Why are you so angry?
Don't even try and talk to me like that.
I haven't even heard you.
Midget, man, don't even come and try and talk to me like, what are you doing?
Listen, I'm trying to get your son.
Man, you're there laughing
Let
about
me
my
tell you
business.
something, pal. She wants this sorted, which is why you're here. If you don't want it, it's the one, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Don't blame me.
Let's look at his little setup. So you've got him at the back. You've got Tweedledum and Tweedled Steve right here, his big protectors, and you've got Beta Graham. I'm saying Beta Graham because that's all he does. For someone that's like a trained psychiatrist, etc., he does not intervene. He does not come in and say, Jeremy, you cannot speak to people like this in this situation. Let me handle it. He sits in the corner doing nothing nowadays, and I feel sorry for him because they just trapped him. They've just used all of those years he studied to get that title just so he can sit in a corner and have to pretend to laugh at Jeremy Kyle's jokes.
This is Jake, he's in charge of sound. We'll get rid of those pictures of Graham and Judge Rinder for some reason. They're there. Right, what we got?
OK, we've got 3 clips.
Right, can we have the first one? And can we play this now?
You know, when I go out of town and leave London, which is rarely, I rarely leave London, but when I do, I suddenly realise this is where they source all of the people for Jeremy Kyle. This is when I'm out there and I see people arguing in the middle of the streets and one of them's got a baby and they're still throwing a punch with the other hand and the other one's got a baby and she's using her as a defensive mechanism. These are the people that go on Jeremy Kyle, and these are the people that they're looking for. They ask for these people. They scout these people out. I imagine there's probably a whole research team that sits on Facebook looking at those statuses that we normally unfriend people over or reach out and give them a bit of help for and say, hey, do you want to earn a bit of money and talk about this on TV? Those are the kind of people we're dealing with when we talk about the Jeremy Kyle show, and those are the kind of people that are taking advantage of him at the same time. Can you pull up on the list?
I feel like I'm on a parallel place at the moment.
Nice burn, nice. What if you said like, all right, mate, without the spit or something like that?
When you were together, don't spit to me.
Yeah. Great. Good work. Imagine, have you ever done a real lie detector test? Have you ever spoken to the police? Have you ever spoken to the police and not been in the wrong, and you still feel like you're in the wrong because they're the police? And there's an implication that if you're speaking to them, then something must have gone wrong and you must be in the wrong. So when you have to take that lie detector test, imagine it. You're sitting there, yeah, so they're saying, did you cheat on her? No, mate, I did not cheat on her. I didn't cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? And even that, you're starting to get annoyed. I'm sorry for the voice. You're starting to get annoyed and you're starting to be put on a back foot and defensively. And already, if you're on the back foot and defensively, that your adrenaline starts to run, you're going to start showing weird signals that come up on a lie detector test. The funny thing about a lie detector test is it's not even accurate. They won't even use that in like a court of law. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. So when you watch a TV show or you watch an episode of Jeremy Kyle and they use a lie detector test to find out something like, were you stealing from my children? And it turns out that they were, and there's no police involvement. That's because they should have gone to the police in the first place and they would have got to the bottom of it, but there's no evidence and they can't rely at all or base it all on a lie detector test. So when they put you under that, all it can do is detect little tremors. And I've done a lie detector test. It can't 100% tell you that that person is lying. So when you've got that person there and they're wound up and they're going, oh, I don't know if I said that or if I did that, they are going to show up wrong, which means that's why most people fail all of the lie detector tests. That's why when they brought on that stoner dude and he answered correctly, it was fine, because that dude was so high he did not change in his emotional state at any one time. Run that clip too.
Don't work with animals or children, or people who smoke cannabis. We asked Daniel, who you think nicked the money and the bike, did you steal the tablet? Did you steal the electronic tablet that went missing from the house? Daniel said no. He woke up in time to say no. Why'd you say no?
Because I was telling the truth.
Because, I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. He was indeed telling the truth.
God, I didn't think it was going to be so much of a run, but I hate this man. I honestly hate this dude. Wow. ITV, I hate daytime TV. I hate the fact that I've been able to watch daytime TV. I hate the fact that I didn't switch off. I could have switched off. I didn't want to switch off because there's something magical about watching a car crash. Especially when there's like random unicorns and stuff. I didn't know these people existed. Like, I did not know there was people like this out there. There's so much crazy...
Johnny Vegas.
Mad, innit? Mad what they can get away with. Daytime TV, not even post-watch it. Like, it's traumatic to watch, man. I almost cried at a Jeremy Kyle episode that I was watching the other day because the person started crying, and these are real people, and they just showed me the plight of people around. Like, first world problems to the maximum, sure. But my God, when that guy found out that that daughter wasn't his daughter, but he was still going to raise it anyway, and oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say that the world isn't fucked up, you know, man. Like, I'm not gonna say the world isn't fucked up. I'm just saying, like why you gotta play with those kind of people, man? Like, why you gotta do that? Like, there should be like hate crimes, you know. Jeremy Kyle should get done on hate crimes. Because he hates society and he hates the general British public and population, and he just wants to put you on blast.
You're as bad as each other. You can't keep your bits to yourselves. Do you know what? You deserve each other. Get out of my building. I've better things to do.
Jeremy Kyle's been on television for 10 years, and that's 10 years way too much. So please, why don't you do one? I've had enough of you on my TV. Fuck off.
Do one, do one, do one, do one, do one. You can go do one. Too many things on the line, backed off the ring and I just got a new one. Do one, do one, do one, do one, do one. You can go do one.